Can't believe Hetalia is back! Vlog, because hey, I'm back. I'm going to talk about the good news, and the good news today is that, well, the good news of this year is that Hetalia is returning! Okay, it says for me to scream here, but I think I've done enough screaming for today. So I might have settled down, maybe, maybe not. I have been doing Hetalia vlogs in the past, but it stopped for a little bit, such as life. Hetalia is basically personified countries all over the world. So, you know, you've got Italy, France, Germany, America. It's a historical comedy. It is meant to be satire. It's not meant to be taken seriously. It does teach you stuff, like about history. Actually started in 2009. There are 6 seasons. I think Axis Powers 2. I really need to backtrack and watch it. It's been a while. As most people find out in these days, is via the internet. Fan of a couple of Hetalia groups, still to this day. You know, people are still posting fan art, still doing all this, and then I saw this post, and I'll link it in the description below because it's legit. The writer, author has, you know, said this is true. Manga author, creator has said this is true, so I'll link that as well. And I just, you know, the minute I found out, I was like, wow. Like 2020 just, you know, almost wrecked all of us with, you know, the mess that it is for various reasons. COVID. The fact that Hetalia is mentioned in October, in 2020, it's just like out of the blue, so obviously everyone, including me, was like, oh my god. There have been some, you know, in the past being like, oh, it's coming back this time, but you know, it's not true. That's why it took us a while to actually believe it. I'm gonna continue the manga apparently in January 2021, so if you haven't read the mangas, I suggest you do. As I said, it doesn't really follow a storyline per se because it's different events throughout history, but it's a good, at least the first volume I think is a good, you know, refresher of what is actually it's about, because then you're like, why is he calling himself Italy? I have 3 theories for Hetalia season 7, whatever it's going to be called. One, and I think this was already stated as a fact, that it will be animating World Stars, which was the latest manga. It will continue the World Stars manga because, you know, the last one is like, oh, I'm on hiatus, but it was talking about World Stars. So I'm so excited because, you know, every time the animation, if you see Axis Powers 2, think Beautiful World was the last animation, you can see the animation change and it is brilliant. So I'm just so keen for the animation. Also, I do think because Hetalia is big on, you know, countries, personified countries, I think they will introduce more countries. There is a lot of countries in the world. I do think it will definitely add more countries. I'm hoping, I think I'm fine with what the countries are there now. I want the minor characters to be explored more, like to have their own episode or to be boosted up to a main character, because it's always more fun that way. The last thing is, and I think, you know, it's risque, but it is possible that COVID will be mentioned. I don't know when, I don't write it, but COVID will be mentioned somehow in the latest, when they continue writing, because it is a global pandemic and we're talking about the world, and obviously they have to play it safe, you know, not being very... See, that's a problem with if you were the author of Hetalia, like bless them, but you have to be very, very careful with what you write because you don't want to offend. I think it'll go for a long while because it's history. The world continues, the world goes on and on and on and on. I'm excited. So please let me know in the comments if you're a Hetalia fan, how you found out about this brilliant new news, and yeah,